Let's be real. Choosing a life partner, it's probably the biggest decision we'll ever make. And it can feel totally random, right? Like some high stakes game of chance, full of twists and turns. But what if I told you it wasn't about chance at all?
I mean, that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Do we just cross our fingers and hope for the best? Or is finding the one actually a skill, something you can learn and get better at?
Well, one retired clinical psychologist, Dr. Lane Lasater, says it is absolutely a skill. He's actually mapped out a whole process, arguing that looking for a partner isn't some random walk in the dark. Nope, it's a journey, and he's given us the roadmap.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at the big picture, the roadmap itself. Then we'll walk through each of the 4 stages: preparing yourself, understanding your past, doing a trial run, and finally committing to a partnership. All right, first up, a roadmap for love. And that's exactly what this is, a journey. Each stage is like a critical stop along the way. Okay, so here it is. This is Dr. Lasater's whole 4 stage process laid out for us. You can literally see how each piece builds on the last one. It all starts with you, with that personal foundation, and goes from there. It's a clear, step-by-step path. So let's break that down. First, you prepare yourself. Then, you understand your past experiences. After that, you connect with someone for a trial run. And finally, you commit. And the key thing to get here is that you really can't skip ahead. You can't just jump to commitment without doing the work in the first 3 stages. It's all about building from the ground up. Okay, let's dive into stage 1, prepare yourself. And this is where it all begins, because the most important person in this search is you. So what does it mean to prepare yourself? Well, the whole idea is that a great partnership needs 2 whole, healthy people. This is about taking a really honest look at your own life. Your career, your values, your friends, your entire foundation. You gotta make sure your own house is in order before you invite someone else to move in, metaphorically speaking. And this quote from Brianna really just nails what this looks like in the real world. She's basically saying, hey, once I figure out my own life and where I'm going, then I'll find someone who fits into that picture. It's not about waiting around. It's about building a life that a partner would be lucky to join. All right, so once you've got that solid foundation for yourself, it's time for stage 2. And this one might seem a little counterintuitive because we're going to look backward. Yeah, to move forward, you've got to understand where you've been.
Think of this stage as becoming a detective in your own love life. Seriously, you're looking for clues. What worked in past relationships? What was a total disaster? And what patterns, what same old stories keep popping up? This is your field research, and analyzing it is the only way to stop making the same mistakes again and again. And wow, this quote from Nicholas just perfectly captures why this stage is so important. He's self-aware enough to see that his past, his parents' tough divorce, is leaving him with emotional baggage, and he gets it. He knows he has to deal with that stuff before he can really build a healthy future with someone else. Okay, and a huge part of this detective work is spotting patterns, like this classic one, the overfunctioner versus the underfunctioner. So think about your own history. Have you been the one who takes on everything, managing the other person's life and feelings? That's the overfunctioner. Or have you been the underfunctioner, the one who kind of kicks back and lets the other person take the lead? Just knowing which one you lean towards is a total game changer.
Okay, you've built your foundation, you've understood your past. Now you're actually ready for stage 3. This is where things get real. It's time for the trial run.
So this is when you actually start looking. But, and this is a huge but, it is not a random, desperate search. It's super intentional. It's guided by what the book calls your North Star, your vision for the relationship, and a list of absolute must-haves, your non-negotiables. You're not just looking for a warm body. You're looking for someone who genuinely aligns with where you're going in life.
Amber's goal is such a perfect example of this. It's so clear, so powerful. She's been through a tough divorce, and now she knows exactly what she needs. And her North Star isn't just about her own happiness anymore. It's about finding a man who can be a great partner to her and a good stepfather to her daughter. That's clarity.
All right, so you've done the trial run, it went well, and now you've arrived at the final stage of the journey. Stage 4, commit to partnership.
Now, a lot of people think commitment is the finish line. You found the person, yay, you're done. But that's not it at all. Think of it as the starting line of a whole new project you're building together. This is where you roll up your sleeves and do the work. You practice communication, you work through disagreements because they will happen, and you even develop a kind of partnership agreement to build your future together on purpose.
So we've walked through this whole roadmap, which kind of brings us full circle, right back to you. It's a lot to take in, I know, but any big journey starts with one single step. So what is it? Where do you even begin?
Well, the book gives us a very clear first action step. Start right here. Just take a minute. Describe where you are right now in your relationship life. And then define your ultimate goal. What do you really want? That goal you just wrote down, that's your North Star. That's the light that's going to guide you through every single one of these stages. And in the end, this whole roadmap, it's about so much more than just finding another person. As the great psychoanalyst Erik Erikson points out here, our personalities are always developing. This journey isn't just about partnership, it's about your own personal growth too.
And really, that's the big takeaway for me. If you can see this whole process not as some frustrating chore, but as a path of discovery, well, then the whole thing becomes this amazing, exciting, meaningful part of your life story. It's not about the destination, it's about the incredible journey you take to get there.